All right. So, you starting off here looking at your upgrades. Everything here makes perfect sense. The third slot could make the argument for aiming systems mod 1. You could even be silly and make the argument for secondary battery mod 1. Depends. When I had my Ashitaka, I mainly used it in Narai, so buffed secondaries works really well in Narai. In random battles, it's probably not as good. You've got main battery mod 2, and you do that so that your main guns turn quicker. This is very helpful if you find yourself needing to reposition a lot and flip your guns often. If you don't need to find yourself flipping your guns often, then aiming systems is the way to go. So, Rob, you've got the turret traverse one. Is that because you find yourself flipping your guns a lot in the ship?
Well, I figured, cause like I tend to try to kite, and sometimes that means I have to flip my guns around.
Okay.
So I figured increasing that traverse speed would be
So
helpful for me.
The reason I'm asking is because I'm thinking back to what I've already seen you do before in the Ashitaka, where you don't really change too much. And the reason that this is important for people to understand is because aiming systems does help your shell dispersion. So if you're good at not flipping your guns much, then aiming systems is definitely going to give you a better bang for your buck. If you're closer to the action, brawling more, then turret traverse is the better choice. Now you've got a 10-point captain, or you start with emergency repair. You also went to turret traverse to grease the gears. Okay, adrenaline rush, and then finally emergency repair. Why emergency repair as your first pick here?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Okay.
That might have just been me clicking a random one.
Okay. So, generally speaking, you're welcome, Gaelic. Generally speaking, there are 3 choices here that you want to go with. Usually, I find Concealment Expert works the best, simply because you had talked about flanking and kiting and stuff like that. This gives you the ability to disengage easier and then reposition if you needed to. Emergency repair, again, if you're a brawler, this makes sense because you get an extra consumable for your repair party. And if I remember right, your damage control, your damage control is also up for an extra 10%. So that comes in handy. Fire prevention, if you're set on fire all the time, I mean, that makes sense too. Generally speaking, you want all 3 of these. It's just a question of which do you start with. I think you're better off starting concealment first. And then from there, I'd probably go into fire prevention, and then I'd probably pick emergency repair expert last. Signal-wise, you're not using any signal, so you're going like full risk because you're not using Juliet Charlie. Okay. All right. Anything I missed at all in this, Rob? I think that pretty much covers that. Okay. Then let's play the replay and see what happens. And I apologize, guys, if the music was too loud. Just always let me know if it's too loud or whatnot. I'll fix that. Or if it's too quiet, too. Duckman's good about telling me it's too quiet, but never good about telling me it's too loud. Ashitaka is a beast. That's right, Patton. She is basically the a-hole of the Amagi. So she's got 5 turrets. These are twin turrets, so 10 total guns. She's basically a very nice shotgun. Originally, she was pretty crap. But then Wargaming buffed her shells, her AP shells, and I think also her reload. So anyways, so you got that going for you. As an a-hole, you can see the lack of superstructure, really, which is actually kind of a benefit too. Less parts for your ship to, get hit. And then you can see for secondaries, you've got your casemate secondaries. Now, Ashitaka is pretty fast. decently maneuverable. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good battle. Tier 8, so your middle tier. And 3 subs per side. That is oof. That's oof. Alright, so what are you thinking for this initial position here, Rob?
Well, the idea was to put myself in a position where I could probably like turn out or do that when who's going into A.
Okay. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because if you look at your setup, there are 5 total battleships in this game. And now with you and your buddy in the Colorado, that's Bry Guy, if you look at it, there's 4 battleships on the A side, and there's only 1 on the D side. So, generally, I would have either said, let's split up, battleship-wise, or maybe both go to decap early. Lightning spotted. Let's see if he chooses to run. That's what you were thinking, I think, when you shot that way.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
He doesn't really do well when spotted, but
I mean, you should absolutely take the shot, so I'm glad that you did that. That was good. Oh, there's lightning again. Okay. He's gonna slow down over the sub probably to drop depth charges, so get ready for that. Taking a long time setting up the shot. I think you're better off shooting before the sub dies anyways. The sub literally surfaces and blocks the torpedo that would have saved him. That's funny. Now you're aiming a little high there. The lightning keeps turning in. Yeah, you aim too high. So 1, you took way too long deciding how you're going to shoot that guy, and 2, you kind of whiffed a little bit by the time you finally did take that shot. But your div mate takes the kill. Now with all the battleships on the side, you gotta win this flank, right? Is that what was going through your mind here?
yeah, we're basically going. We need to win this flank and push around and see if we can flank the guys on the D side.
Good. Yep, that's exactly what I'd be thinking too. The only problem is you've got at least 1 sub in this cap you're gonna have to deal with. On the other side, the team is pushing forward. Ooh, and Helena's coming through too. I like that you're slowing down and just waiting for this Helena. Oh, he got smacked hard. So I wouldn't do a full broadside here. I would click and drag my mouse to try to spread out the shells. Yeah, give you a better chance of getting that hit, because you only need 1 hit to kill the Helena there. Hey, you got the kill, nice. Now your battleship on the other flank, your lone battleship is dead, so that means the other flank is pretty much going to fall apart. You're gonna have to think about when do you want to go back to support that flank, or B is being capped. There's a sub in the B cap, so sub must have gone through the channel along with the Helena. There it is, the Cochalot. I don't know if that's in your ASW range or not. He's 14
8 kilometers.
I'm sorry, what?
The ASW is 8 kilometer range. So.
Yep. And he's at
Unlikely.
14. Driftin, hey dude, thank you very much for the the Twitch Prime sub. Go give Stevie some head pats. Let's see. Oh, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. There we go. Head pats in chat there. Head pats in chat for Driftin. Let's get some emotes going. Shimanto going right over the Cachalot. Kernan's okay. Good luck. Hopefully everything's okay with your windstorm. Good. Shimanto does kill the Cachalot. That's huge. And Sinup is doing what Sinup does. Is that New Mexico AFK? He's looking very AFK.
You can look at that rook is not looking at me, but I'm also keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, it's interesting that you're making this turn like this, because I mean that's a very risky turn with the rook right there. Just to get some damage. Actually, you know what I would have done, frankly? I would have gone the other direction. I would have turned direct, like, due north and flipped my guns to the right, and done it that way so that once the New Mexico is dead, look, you just got hit by the rook. Once the New Mexico is dead, you could be heading back to defend your cap, and at the same time, you are better angled away from the rook. Now, you went to ASW and then you stopped it. Why did you stop your ASW here?
So I wasn't sure where the sub was, and
Okay.
as you find that the second I used him, he popped up somewhere else.
So what I would have done there, because I saw your div mate Bry guy was shooting in with the Colorado with his ASW, so I would have asked him, hey, did you get any hits? And if you did, where did those hits come from? So you know exactly where to drop the sub. But this is another case of, like, okay, so you got an AFK, everybody wants to kill it and get the free damage off of it. You gave up a decent amount of health for that, and unfortunately, because you were dealing with that, you weren't able to take care of the sub when you sewed up, right? Now your div mate in the Munchin's doing everything he can to kite away, which is smart. There's a sub. There's a sub. Right on the edge of your range. Yep. Okay. Well, you can at least shoot it. Too low and too far forward. He started turning as soon as you, right before you shot.
Yeah, and I misjudged his speed as well.
Mm-hmm. So I think you're thinking too hard when trying to line up your shots and aim. Like, think less and shoot more, if that makes any sense.
I'll be back, Seth. I gotta run to the lemonade stand.
Go for it. Sub is back up. Sub is going to be surfaced forever now, so you don't even have to worry about ASW on him. He should be dead momentarily. Or not. Well, you should kill him here then. There it is.
Submarines get that one consumable that allows them to dive without any battery. I forget what it's called.
The German ones do. The Americans don't. They get their consumable boosts their dive planes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Now here, again, it's another time when I'd be thinking to myself, do I want to keep chasing this rook? Or do I want to do something that might have a bigger impact? Because chasing this rook around, I mean, you need to kill that Cheshire up north. Find that Normandy if he's there, you could smack him. Maybe even the sub if there's... Let's see, yeah, there's one last sub alive. So why did you keep chasing the rook here?
I don't know.
Okay. Fortunately, your North Carolina has recognized the situation, and he's turned north. Well, yeah, nothing else is in range, but again, that comes back to what I was just mentioning earlier, Patton. Like, he could have headed north, flipped his guns to the right, and been ready for, like, say, the Hawke, the Cheshire, and stuff like that, as he continues to shoot the rook, you know. But, hey, look at this. Look at this. You've got a Normandy coming through the channel. Kills will win the game. That is true. And you stopped shooting the rook. Why did you stop shooting the rook?
Because I saw that the Normandy was broadside, so my brain was like, ooh, broadside.
Okay. I mean, it's a solid hit. That does give the rook time to heal up. Normandy is probably going to die to Benson Torps. Probably. Yep. So,
Yeah,
good job holding your shot there. Now look what happened up north. The North Carolina took care of the Cheshire. Go figure, the rook decided to start moving forward as soon as you shot your guns. Ooh, Cheshire got the North Carolina. That's oof. Now this is another... Okay, you're probably going to kill him. I would be turning north and flipping guns now. Because even if you didn't kill him, you'd still be able to use your bow turrets if you absolutely needed to. Stream Raiders is ready. I'm going to go ahead and run Stream Raiders off screen here. Because it's a one skull, we should win this no problem. A is being capped. C and Yang is in A. So, oof, and then there goes your div mate. No, it's not the Xi Yang, it's the sub. Okay, the sub is in A. The Xi Yang detonates, that's huge. Because now your Benson can go and get the cap. And see, this is the problem with chasing. You're so far out of the battle. It's going to take you a while to get back in. So basically, the only way that you can win this in the time remaining, because there's 4 minutes left, is if the enemy sub is really dumb and both you and the Colorado spot him on the surface and you're able to ASW him. Oh, Hawke. Go figure, the moment that you turned away, your turrets weren't available. Hawke is going through the channel. If you're lucky, the Benson might get a torp hit on him and kill him that way. Curious why you're not shooting your rear guns. There you go.
Just wanting to see where the first 2 shots landed.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they were all ricochets. There's the sub-torps on your div mate. Now, while this is going on, are you guys in voice chat or something?
We are.
Okay. I figured as much.
Knocked out a gun.
Taking out a gun is fine and all, but again, you got to deal with this sub. He's pinging, so you know where he is when he pings. You got to watch for his next ping. Now, I'd be zoomed in and looking at the at that last depth charge drop, so you have an idea of generally where to drop your ASW planes. 2 minutes left. You're stopping because you figure the Hawke might come for you guys.
Yeah, because if he tries to go backwards, he'll run into Benson torpedoes.
Well, he painted himself into a corner, absolutely, but... Will this kill be enough to swing the game, though? Should be like 100 points. It's gonna be very damn close. You could ask Bry Guy to pop his plane. Ah, he just took it all up the butt.
What up the butt?
What up the butt? Because if he pops the plane, he can at least spot things. And also, you need to be between him and the sub. Okay, good. He's hitting you instead. He probably wanted to hit the Colorado with that ping, but he's going to miss it. And yeah, so that, I mean, the Colorado plane could have detected the Hawke a lot earlier. Alright, well, he came up broadside anyway, so good job, Hawke. Jeez. You're gonna trade, possibly? No? 20 seconds. "20 seconds. "8 seconds. You're gonna kill him. 895 to 889. Jeez, you made it close. Oh, I didn't set up my replay render. There we go. Let's take a look at this again from the top down. I really do feel like you had a couple opportunities to turn around and try to make something happen. You not turning around, I mean, you still won the game, but you saw how close that was. You know, one more torpedo hit on the Colorado, right? Or, you know, that Hawke coming out, if he would have killed your Colorado Pride guy there, that would have been enough. All right, guys, Stream Raiders is up. Next battle. Another 1 skull difficulty. Shouldn't be too difficult. Also, you kept your guns on one side for almost the entire battle. So going back to that module discussion, maybe you don't really need that. Maybe you're better off going for you know, the dispersion one. Aiming module. You drop the Mech Arena overlay for a sec. All right, right here. I paused it for a second. This is number one decision point. If you look at the mini-map here, no battleships exist on the east side. Your one battleship is dead. Your Shimanto is holding, for now at least, over at B cap. This is the point where I think you had an opportunity to flip your guns right, turn north. You can take pot shots on the New Mexico as you do it, and get your ship in a position that makes it more difficult for the enemy to really advance or push into your team. Now you keep going forward. You're going for those free shots on that sexy AFK battleship. You just got a decent chunk right there from that rook. Now here's the first instance of you went all in to kill a ship, and now by the time that's done, what else can you hit? I mean, the sub fortunately shows up and says, shoot me, right? But that puts you in this position where now you've got to chase after the rook because you literally have nothing else to shoot at. Here we have decision point number 2, I would say. The sub is gone. You are still chasing the rook. You could start chasing by heading northeast. So if you were to go 45-degree angle northeast, you can still get your guns on the rook. Even the rear ones. It takes a little bit of time, but you can get the rear ones on the rook. And that could get you in a position to go up to the north. And once again, stop the Cheshire and maybe the battleship up there that's pushing too. And the sub, frankly. Right, Kaiser. He's also down 3 caps. Yep. Now you didn't. You stayed on the rook. The rook is going to beach. Normandy shows up. So you're going to change targets focused on the Normandy. Benson's on the Normandy too. I almost wonder if that Normandy would have died anyways to the Benson torps. I don't know. Just worth a thought. You're gonna tell you what, your Munchen though, I mean, he's the one that saved the day. That turnaround, the constant kiting away and doing the best he can there. I think that's what really won it because the enemy team split up and they weren't able to properly advance anymore. Terrible play by Normandy, Howie. That's right. Also bad play by this Hawke, but okay. If he would have just gone straight and killed your Benson, that would have been it. Instead, he went down the channel. He's trying to win harder. So basically, there's 2 paid actors here. Well, 3, I guess. 3 paid actors on the enemy team that threw this battle, right? Obviously, the AFK New Mexico. And then the Normandy, and now the Hawke that charges through the channel. Even after going down the channel, he could have held where he was unspotted and won. Right, Pockington is exactly right. He could have literally just sat there. Instead, he came on broadside and just got hammered. Against ships that you knew were there looking at you because they were spotted. The sub was spotting both of you and the Colorado. So, I mean, that's a mega throw right there. Yeah. Overall, the only other thing I would say for this, Rob, is just work on practicing your ASW. Like, getting used to the drops, the communications back and forth, figuring out how to set up those drops and take those subs down. I mean, I think you had a couple really good potential opportunities to do something to the sub that you didn't take. Crazy last minute win though, last second even. All right, any other questions or comments at all, Rob? Or?
Nope.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for sending that one in. It's a good learning opportunity. I'm gonna write that one down.